We are right in the middle of a revolution, but it's not one you'll see on the streets. It's happening right inside our phones, our computers, and our wallets. We're about to dive into one of the biggest transformations of our lifetime, the very definition of money itself. Because what we all think of as value, well, it's changing, and it's changing fast. So, to really get a handle on where we're going, we first have to understand what money even is. And this quote from the technologist Nick Szabo just nailed it. See, for all of history, money hasn't really been a physical thing so much as it's been an idea, a story we all agree to believe in. It's our collective memory of who has what and who owes what. But here's the wild part. That very foundation, that shared memory we've relied on for centuries, it's being rewritten right now as we speak. It's not just a social agreement anymore. It's being turned into pure, unchangeable computer code. Now, you might think this is something that came out of nowhere, but this isn't the first time money has completely transformed. The shift from a social promise to a coded one is actually just the next step in a very long, very natural evolution. I mean, just look at this journey. We started out literally trading stuff, bartering. Then we moved to something universally valuable, like gold coins. From there, we got paper notes, which were just a promise of that gold. Then came plastic cards, which were a promise of that paper. See the pattern? Each step is a bigger and bigger jump into abstraction. And now we're making the final, most dramatic leap of all, from a promise of something physical to just pure digital code. Okay, so how in the world do we make sense of this new landscape where money is just code? It can seem incredibly complicated, right? But really, it all boils down to three main pillars, and this framework helps cut through all the noise and confusion. And I mean this, if you can get a handle on these three concepts, you have the key to understanding pretty much everything that's happening to our entire financial system. These are the building blocks. Everything else is built on top of them.
All right, here they are. First up, you've got cryptocurrency. Think Bitcoin. This stuff is decentralized, which is just a fancy way of saying no single company or government is in charge. Then in the middle, you have stablecoins. These are designed to avoid that crazy crypto volatility because they're pegged to a stable asset, like the US dollar. And finally, you have central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs. These are basically just digital versions of a country's official money, like a digital dollar, issued and backed by the government. So you've got the rebels, the private companies, and the government. Three totally different ideas, all competing to be the future of our money.
And all of this brings us to what might be the single most important idea in this whole conversation. Because this revolution, it isn't really about making payments faster or easier. It's about something way, way deeper. It's about building a whole new architecture for trust itself. This is such a crucial point. We are not just talking about a souped-up version of Venmo or PayPal here. This isn't about making the old system a little bit better. No, this is about completely changing how we prove a transaction is real, how we trust that the other person actually has the money, and how we secure that value in the first place. So here's the bottom line. For centuries, our trust in money was all based on institutions, banks, governments, and just our shared belief in them. It was a promise that society remembers. Now, we are moving to a system where trust is based on math and cryptography, a promise that society codes. That's a huge shift from trusting people and institutions to trusting a set of verifiable, programmable rules. And that leaves us with the ultimate question, doesn't it? If money really is just becoming code, and that code is becoming our new shared memory of value, well, then maybe the most important question of our time is this. Who gets to write the code? Who's going to be our new programmer?